Hi, I'm Mary, a librarian and book reviewer with a focus on stories written for kids, tweens, and teens. Today I get to share with you this book called The Quest for a Tangram Dragon by Christine Lou Perkins and illustrated by Lynn Scurfield. Little Triangle has noticed that the land is very dry and desperately in need of rain. So Little Triangle decides to go in search of a dragon, a benevolent dragon, to bring water to this thirsty land. So Little Triangle sets out on an adventure, and each step of the way invites another character into the mix. And as all of the shapes come together, they start to realize that perhaps the dragon is not where they were looking initially, and that perhaps they can find a solution to their problem together instead. This story is a great STEM learning book, especially for early elementary school aged readers who are becoming a little bit more familiar with the idea of shapes and a tangram. So by the fact that this book personifies the shapes that are involved in a tangram, it gives readers the creative license in order to make stories on their own as they put these shapes together. So throughout the book, you find a fair amount of text, a good amount for early elementary school aged readers, and it's a building story. So as you go from one page to the next, the story is predictable in some ways, that all of the shapes kind of come together. And then it has the element also of just accumulating as the story goes along. So you have the characters, so you have the shapes with some expressive faces on them alongside a more realistic looking background. And as you're going through the book, you find those shapes coming together in different ways and using that creative idea as the shapes come together. So what is especially fun about this book is that not only is the story one that focuses on the STEM concepts of these shapes and how they go together, but also Little Triangle greets friends with ni hao, so you have some Chinese language in there as well. And at the end, there's some back matter that goes into a little bit more detail about what the tangram is, and there's a tangram that can be cut out of the book's jacket cover as well. So for readers who get the physical copy, they can cut out their own tangrams that match the colors of the shapes in the book. So they can start by making the shapes that they see in the images, or they can create their own. So you have both the STEM concept of math and shapes, along with the art component that goes into STEAM, with the creative ability to make new things out of these shapes. So there's a good tie-in for classroom learning, for kids who just love math and creative designs. This is a good one to have at home as well. And it's a story that will likely be enjoyed more than once because you want to find out how all those characters get together and see all of the possibilities that they make up along the way. If this sounds like a great fit for you or for someone you know, I hope you look for it wherever you get your books.